we got to talk about this guy. Let's make it quick on him, because I don't know what else to say about him, but he's a fucking weirdo. Chipie? Chipie is, just to say this, he has a body modification and has a cat going through his neck. Weird ass shit.
Yeah, he said it's because he wants to become a cat. Yeah, which I think, that made me think, and this is what I was going to say, I feel like, especially with the whole Setsu being asexual and not having a job, I feel like Chipie might be like a metaphor or an allegory for, my girlfriend called him an otherkin. My man just wants to be a cat.
Bro, but for you to be like, ever since I was younger, I've been surrounded by cats, and think that's maybe the reason why I always felt so awkward being a human.
Right, that's still something that a lot of transgender people say, is that they feel like they were born into the wrong body, and that they just want to be who they feel like they really are. Just like Chipie wants to be a cat.
I don't know, he might have some like nefarious motives.
The cat being in his neck though is so weird.
Over the top.
Yeah, and like the neck also, like you saw, has like a tube, and like it can stretch its neck out even further.
And then it could walk on a treadmill alongside him when he's working out.
Yeah, and it gets its workout in too. It does seem like a really grounded guy though. Like he does seem smart.
Yeah, but he's very questionable.
And then he's got the whole connection to Comet, where he's smuggling her off her world.
Pretty cool. I thought those were tattoos, but apparently it's like a slime mold.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I made a note that when they showed us her backstory and like the world that she comes from and stuff, and the way they throw those kids into a cave and just leave them there, it almost felt very like Spartan, like I want to say, where like they only take like the best of their kids, and the other kids they just leave to die. Like, if you make it back, you're one of us. If you don't,
well, I guess it wasn't meant to be.
Literally. I did kind of like too where they I don't know if you picked up on this, but when they're showing Comet's backstory as well, it changed. Like her memories are unreliable almost. The first time they showed it to us, she was thrown into a cave, then left with the mold and had to adapt. And then the second time they showed it to us, they threw them all into a forest, and the same thing happened. Like, they had to survive the vegetation or whatever.
Nah, I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah, it changed, which shows like her memory, because it was so long ago, it's almost like she wasn't totally sure like what actually happened. And then when her mold starts to take over the ship, that shit was insane.
Honestly, I thought Jonas would have been done for, because he was the first one to get exposed, and he was the first person to ever touch her in the show. So I thought he was dead.
That kind of showed us too that he's more reliable than you would have thought. A lot smarter, the way he figured that shit out and was able to save the ship.
With episode 13, him saying several centuries he's been chasing Arya's shadow, kind of makes you question, what is he? Because everybody else is like AI or like some other kind of being.
It showed like there's a reason he's got his accolades. Like, he does know what he's doing. And going back to Shigemichi, I do love his design. I actually like the alien design that he's got. His personality is very funny. And the poor man just wants to be loved.
Him having artificial skin was pretty cool. But somehow he looks like the stereotypical alien.
They pulled on my heartstrings a little bit when him and Stella had that episode, and he's like, let's start out as... It's like, oh, this poor guy.
I'm just like, nah. I'm all good. But you see, like, from the moment that he was introduced, he was just jealous of anyone that got into contact with Stella.
The way he switches up to from like the geeky, nerdy kind of weirdo dude, like a dweeb, to Mr. Suave when he puts on the swagger. And he gets like that chiseled jaw.
It's like Dexter / Mob. Mob had that same thing going for him when he was feeling all types of confident.
That shit was killing me. It was so funny. And Sha-ming, Mr. Understand.
I thought him and Racio was not going to get along.
Yeah, there is a dichotomy between those two. They're very opposite, very different. But when he gets introduced, the swagger that my boy comes out with, when you find out he was keeping that door locked with just a pipe, broke all the fancy technology.
It looked like he stuffed the door too. It's pretty admirable that even as a Gnosia, he didn't want to betray anybody on the ship.
Yeah, which again makes me wonder, like, what are the Gnosia? Like, it didn't seem to break his mind at all. He still had that control. He's got that bad boy outside and the soft boy inside. He's not afraid to beg for his life.
A very considerable, thoughtful, empathetic person, and sympathetic.
The episode where Yuri has the gender swap, he didn't actually try to take advantage of her. Just like almost wanted to scare her.
I'm trying to keep myself at bay from hurting anybody on the ship, but you guys just keep on pushing and pushing to actually get me out of this thing. And he's told him right off the rip, like, yo, just put me in the coach sleep.
I made that note too about how when Yuri did lay down on the bed, I thought they did a really good job of showing like that panic and like she was unsure of like, oh my god, what's about to happen? Is he gonna do? Can I get him off me if he does? Like, it was a very short scene, but it really kind of put you into that perspective of being a female and being really vulnerable in that way.
Yeah, that nigga Yuri was bugging. If that was me in that situation, I would have been like, nah, fuck that. And on top of that, the way that he was just like, yo, you know that it's not just gonna be a kiss, bro. Like, if we do this, I'm going deep.
Yuri was like convinced that Sha-ming wasn't gonna, and then like as the scene went on, started to fall into it and was like, oh my god, he is gonna do it. What am I gonna do? I was really afraid. I was getting afraid at that point too. Like, oh my god, am I gonna start to hate Sha-ming now? And then he didn't do it.
But he banked on it just from the previous experience with the Otome. Just having that interaction with him in Comet when there was the Gnosias really opened his eyes. The silver key changed him to a female because that's the only way that Sha-ming was gonna open up, because we seen it with the way that he was treating Setsu, who obviously doesn't claim to be a man nor a woman, but that nigga didn't care.
Yeah, and it makes sense if they want to gain more human knowledge too. Like, if you really want to learn more about humans, you do have to get both sides of it, male and female. So it's two totally different worlds. Which actually, we didn't touch on it, but the SQ's episode was top tier. That totally changed my perspective on SQ. Like, learning about her mom and everything, and like the connection her and Yuri got, and the way they loved each other at the end of it.
I definitely like the breakdown of how she even got the name SQ. Okay, Yuri starts counting the alphabet. There's 26 letters in the alphabet, okay?
Yeah, the 511th vessel.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
You can see that she's trying to go for like that pseudo-immortality kind of Orochimaru-esque route.
Yeah, and it really pulled on my heartstrings too, the way Yuri was like, you're not Manan, like you are your own person. And I thought it was such a good little catchphrase, such a cute little SQ. Like, I started to cry a little bit when she started to cry at the end of it. Why did you connect with me if you're just gonna leave? Like I love you now, and now you're gonna leave and loop? Like, what the fuck?
That's one of the most shittiest things about it. It's like, okay, I let you into this big secret that I have, that I'm looping around, and then I make this emotional connection with you, and now you're basically lying to me, and you're going to another world line.
Right. We got super close with, I'm in love with you now, and you're just gonna dip. Like, you're just gonna ghost me. Like, I felt so bad for her.
And she put on that brave front. She tried, but then she ended up breaking down. And she did give him some good tips, though, to not trust SQ. But that was the only one that was trustworthy. And now it's just like, that is forever severed.
I was a little upset that we didn't get to learn who Papa is. He looped before he got to find out.
And nigga was like, Papa? Oh, shit.
Yeah, right. So they better bring that back up at some point. I'm still wondering who the fuck Papa is.